Around the room, we're going to bring on the wonderful Mr. Mike Carter. So, Amy, can you start the clapping? Pass it around the room and bring on Mr. Mike Carter! It's up in the air sometimes, saying hello, gotta let go.
Alright, Crosby. Thank you so much for that welcome. People tend to be a bit disappointed usually when I come bounding into a room where I don't tell them that they're going to Hogwarts. Alright, I'll be honest, I used to do a totally different opener, but I've never memorised the fucking numbers from Lost. I had to move back in with my grandparents recently, largely because, unlike Dan, I actually did go to university and I did a degree in film studies, which I can admit is a pointless degree. You know, what you do doing film studies, watch telly all day and make stuff up. Now I'm on the dole, I am actually using it. But there are clues with all degrees. You know, health and beauty therapy training course. If you rearrange the letters in that, you get teen pregnancy. Oh, does that mean? What was that? Someone who obviously dropped out about 6 months in there. No, but I used to live with sports science students, and that degree is just PE wearing a fancy hat. But they had the goal to take the piss out of film studies. I'd come home and they'd be like, "What you do today then, Carter?" I'd be like, "Well, we watched The Matrix and had a debate whether it's science fiction or religious text, because it's got elements of both." "What did you do, Mark?" "Well, we weren't sure whether running on the spot or running around the track tires you out faster. So I got on the treadmill and Jono ran round the park." "What was the result of that, Mark?" "Inconclusive, lad." So I am living with my grandparents just down the road in a lovely place called Croxteth. You've heard of us? You love it? What's wrong with you? Because I knew it was shit when I lived there as a kid, but now I've come back as an adult. I thought it might have moved on, but it hasn't changed at all. I knew I was back in Croxteth the exact moment when I walked out my nan's front door and I was greeted with the spectacle of a 53-year-old man riding a bike with no hands, because he'd freed them up to roll a joint. Being pulled along by 3 Jack Russells, called Stallone, Springsteen and Rambo. And I'm just looking at this shit and I'm just going to be like, "Alright, Dad." And I live by a school, so you know I get all the noise and the traffic and the kids and everything. Twice a day I see this one young mum, pink leopard print shell suit, bright orange fake tan, hair in curlers, looks like she's going on an undercover mission in a Salvador Dali painting. And she'd be shouting at the top of her lungs, "Tracy, Leanne, Tasha, Christabel, Marie, Louise, Siobhan, Kendall, Brianna, Destiny, Chastity, Hope, Saphira, Avril, Beyonce, get here, no!" And one kid comes running around the corner. When I first got back, my nan told me, "Watch out for this local beggar. He's called Smackhead Tony." I said, "Why is he called Smackhead Tony?" "No." She goes, "I don't know, lad. I think he likes his weed." So he turns up this day because he thinks my nan's on her own most of the time. And I open the door. Like, "Hey mate, what it is you see, fella, the thing is right, lad. I've done a big Sunday roast, done all the trimmings, pigs in blankets, stuffing, roasties, everything, mate. The last thing I need, right, fella, is some tin foil for the turkey." I was like, "Yeah, I can see how cold that turkey's getting from here, there, too. But I haven't got any, so get lost." "Alright, fella, come on. Got my whole family coming round here. Kerry Katona said she'd pop in and I'd come in with a shout, you know." "Look, Tony, fuck off, will you?" He got all sad and slouched off to our garden gate. Just before he opened it, he looked back at me and went, "In that case then, fella, you haven't got any Kit Kats going spare, have you?" Since I moved back home, I've found out through my best friend Trevor Cunningham that I hate nightclubs. Because Trev's in a bad place with a woman, specifically it's Runcorn. And he's dragging us out every single weekend. You know, me, our mate Steve and Trev just end up at the bar. I can't stand it, sweating me bollocks off, my hair comes out here. I look like Harry Styles as his glands have gone wrong. And Trev's going, why don't you get up and dance? You could meet someone, mate. I'm just like, fuck off, Trev. The only way I'm attracting a woman in one of these nightclubs is if one gets too close and gets caught in my field of gravity. But I stood at the bar this past weekend, and you know that lad that you're always seeing every nightclub? They all look the same. 6'2", bad tribal tattoos, looks like a wrestler from an old PlayStation game. And he's going on about this girl over the other side of the room. He's going, see her, lad? You see her? Wasn't for her mates, I'd be breaking her in half tonight. Not realising her friends have formed a protective circle around her because she's told them to. Just all these Scouts girls flashing the false nails at him like the fucking Wolverine. Get behind me, Teresa, get behind me, girl. And they've all got the hair tied up so tight it looks like he's being chased by a horde of angry Benedict Cumberbatches. And he's going, I don't know how they always know, lad, but they always suss him only into them for a shag. That's like the fact that you were staring at her for 20 minutes without blinking, mate. Might have tipped it off. And my mate Trev, genius that he is, decides he's going to go and chat this girl up. And this guy flips his lid. Hey, you leave her. She's coming home with the big dog tonight, lad. I'm like, shit, I've got to get involved now, haven't I? Like, Rover, leave them alone. It's nothing to do with you. He gets right up in my face. Listen, fat boy, I'm getting that pussy by any means necessary, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. So I sat on him. That's bad when the silence is funnier than the fucking punchline, isn't it? That's a true story, that, as well. Well, yeah, I end up rolling into my nan's about 6:30 in the morning. She's like, where have you been, you dirty stop out? So I got lucky, alright, Nan? Don't be telling me that, don't be vulgar, Michael. Because the police let me off with a caution. These nights out are tough for me, though. You know, with all these gym freaks and fitness fanatics. I feel like I'm surrounded by weight supremacists. You can laugh at that, we voted out. Yeah, it's tough being fat, especially these days. It's tougher than it's ever been since thin people invented diabetes. You know it was you. Who else would invent a disease for fat people that can only be treated with emergency chocolate bars? God's not that ironic. But no one even wants to call you fat anymore. They'll call you something politically correct, like bubbly, fluffy, or chunky. And that's thin people using coded language to take the piss. Because those words are more regularly used to describe chocolate, cake and peanut butter. The best one though, is everyone familiar with Giacomo? Yeah. The shop that sells everything for fat men, except dignity. I've got problems with Giacomo, I'll be honest with you, just particularly the one in town in Liverpool 1, because they're on the second floor. But they describe my size as husky. Husky. Do I look like I can run for 18 hours pulling a fucking sled? You know, it's followed me for a long time, this piss taking. When I was a teenager, I had a bit of a goth phase. Just one of those things that you've got to go through. I had to give it up because everywhere I went, people made the same lame joke. Here he comes, Vampire the Buffet Slayer. At the beginning of this year, I had a meeting with my doctor, and he told me, for your size and height, you are 3/4 heavier than you should be. which put me in a dilemma because it's also 3/4 of my fucking set. So I decided I was going to sign up with Weight Watchers, and even they're taking the piss. They say they're here to help fat people, but how committed can they be to the cause of weight loss when they sell their own range of cakes? But when you go to their website, the first thing it says before you fill a form out, before anything, it asks you a single question. Have you accepted cookies? Thank you very much, Evan Mike Carter.
Hey, Mr. Mike Carter! There we go. Excellent stuff. Yes. That trick, that's going fast there again. Thank you very much, lovely Mr. Mike Carter. So you know,